How did it turn around for you?
Well, so first of all, when I was 14, I got heavily into drugs and alcohol and started getting high all the time. First with marijuana, then with popping various types of pills, pharmaceuticals, like things that people are prescribed to today, like Xanax and Vicodin.
Scary, that.
Yeah, and drinking a lot on those pills and driving, and then it got to the point where I started selling drugs, and it really was quite out of control. By the time I was 18, I had been arrested 3 times. I was a captain of my American football team, the Gridiron team, and I was being recruited to play college football, university football. One night I was driving home. I put my car in park at a stop sign and fell asleep at the wheel. High, drunk, drugs in the car, got arrested, got kicked off the team, lost my friends. I had a girlfriend at the time. I hurt her very deeply. I lost her. So I basically pushed away everyone and everything that I cared about. So at 18, I went from being quite arrogant and thinking I was invincible to being extremely lost, extremely confused and anxious and insecure. And at 18, you're trying to figure out, who am I? What do I do with my life? You know, well, how am I going to make a living? All those questions. So it was a really tough time.
So what came into your life that turned it around for you?
Pain. Just a lot of pain. So I stopped doing drugs, and because I was intuitively or instinctually smart enough to realize that all the problems in my life and even the problems of my family were connected to these substances. So there's some kind of strength kicked in inside of me that said, I can't go back to that. But then I found myself with all this emotional pain and psychological pain, which is why I had been doing the drugs and getting high and drinking, was to numb out all of it, because I didn't know how to talk about my emotions, and I didn't have the support that I really needed to heal my heart, basically, and heal my mind. So a lot of pain.
So from this situation, who helped you to develop your thinking of today?
There was no one person, really. I think what I've discovered, and which is a part of my book and what I teach now, is that we all have an innate intelligence inside of us that's very intelligent, you know, genius-like, everybody, regardless of how you've performed in school or how you've judged yourself in the past.
Well, we wouldn't have survived as a race if we didn't have those tools.
Exactly.
I guess. It's the reality.
Human life is a miracle in and of itself, which we take for granted. But when you really stop to think about the fact that we could sit here and have this conversation, and you can understand what I'm saying, and I can understand what you're saying, and our senses, and I mean, human life is pretty amazing, that my heart beats, and my lungs breathe, and my cells are carrying out 1 trillion functions right now, and I'm not controlling it consciously.
Well, we forget to celebrate life.
Yes.
That's really true, isn't it? The thing is, you've got the book, you've got some DVDs and some other self-help, and really your mission in life at the moment is...
I want to help as many people as possible all over the world to learn to love themselves unconditionally. One, so they can be at peace, healthy, happy, and enjoy life, not be trapped in their suffering every day. But secondly, so they can bring unconditional love into the world. Because I think we're all looking for love, and we all want to live in a world that's full of love and kindness and understanding and respect. But what I've learned is that the reason the world is the way it is because most of us have never learned how to love ourselves. And I found it's our relationship to ourself and our own thoughts and emotional life that determines how we relate to other people. So if we judge ourselves and we're critical with ourselves, then we're going to judge and be critical of other people. If we haven't forgiven ourselves for our own mistakes or shortcomings, we're never going to be able to forgive anybody else, and thus we'll never find peace.
Actually, I couldn't agree with you more. People who are dishonest look for the dishonesty in others.
Exactly.
People who are happy enjoy the happiness in others and don't look for anything past that point.
Right, because we want to enjoy life. We don't want to sit here and be miserable. We want to have a good time.
So if somebody is sitting at home feeling, if you're feeling miserable, give us, say, 3 points that we should think about.
I think the most important one is start expressing yourself honestly to everybody in your life. So to your husband, your wife, your children, your parents. Stop betraying who you really are. Stop internalizing your emotions and what you really think and feel, and express it, even if it causes some problems in the beginning, because people are used to you not being true to yourself. They're used to you just keeping quiet to keep the peace.
Yes, I get that. Number 2?
well, I would say do that in a loving way, not a disrespectful way.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so, and the way to do that is to learn to say things like, I feel, I need, I want, instead of you, swear word, you're this,
Yep.
you know what I mean? You don't want to attack people because that will get you nowhere. You want to express what you're feeling in your life right now in this situation, what you need right now, whether that be space for yourself, or you need better communication, or you need your needs to be respected, or to feel that you matter, to express those things consciously. And then I would say, feel your fear if you're afraid of doing something, and just do it anyways, even if you're scared.
No, I agree with that. Look, Blake, we could just keep talking, and we will, because what you don't see, what we do after, is usually have a conversation that we think, gee, I wish we had said that while we're actually there.
Yes.
But it's just been lovely to meet you. Good luck and great success with this, because I absolutely feel exactly what you feel. I think you've just got to let yourself go and be able to be honest with people. I think honesty is always the answer.
Yeah, and honesty with yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Thank you so much, and good luck for the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Do you love yourself?
I quite like myself, Malcolm.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you stand in front of the mirror and look at yourself and say, I like what I see?
No. But it was interesting.
Who does at our age?
I know.
Let's
But
be
it was
honest.
interesting. What he's meaning by that is that it's very important that you feel good about yourself,
Yes.
to
I couldn't
portray
agree
the
more.
love and kindness to other people.
Oh, thank you very
think?
much.
I think.
Excuse me, we'll just have a... Oh, sorry, no. Look, there was also something lovely about that man, because he had such a warm inner energy that was coming out.
He did. See, that's what it's all about.
Well, it is. And as human beings, we often forget that we're all part of the same race, and we need to share
Absolutely.
everything. We're sharing the air that we breathe at the moment. Thank
We
you
are.
so much.